You're listening to the news on Infinity Radio, where we bring you news that inspires, educates, and informs the society. Infinity Radio, your happiness, our pleasure. Music Studio.
Good evening, dear listener. It is exactly 2 minutes past 6 p.m. And in today's news by Gloria Nassaazi. We will start with the headlines. 364,470 candidates begin Senior 4 exams today. Cocaine found hidden in wheelchair. Airtel Huawei spearhead digital transformation by distributing 200 smartphones to Kanungu leaders. Schools directed on fees defaulters as Senior 4 exams kick off. Woman kills husband over 200,000 shillings. And we will start with the Ugandan police foil plot to bomb churches. Ugandan police foiled the bomb attack on churches by the Allied Democratic Forces, ADF, rebel group in central Butambala district. President Museveni Yoweri said the Islamic State linked militants were on Sunday planning to plant 2 bombs in churches in Chivivi, about 50 kilometers from the capital Kampala. But the devices were reported to police and defused, he added. The president said the bombs were concealed as address systems and gifted to local pastors. They were reported by vigilant members of the public, he said. Earlier the same day, Mr. Museveni said Ugandan forces had carried out airstrikes against 4 ADF positions in neighboring Democratic Republic of Congo. It seems quite a number of terrorists were killed, the president said. $364,470 candidates begin S4 exams today. The Uganda Certificate of Education examinations have kicked off today as candidates write their geography paper 1 and 2 at various centers around the country. According to UNEB, this year's S4 exams have seen a total of 3,644 candidates register at 3,863 centers countrywide. Of the candidates, 184,014, that is 50.5%, are females, while 180,456, that is 49.5%, are males. Luzira Upper Prison Center will have 59 candidates, of whom 7 are females and 52 are males. UNEB Executive Director Dan Odongo last week said of the 64,740 candidates, 118,735 are funded under the Universal Secondary Education USE program, while 245,734 of the candidates are non-USE. A total of 777 candidates are special needs education learners. Police announced it would deploy 1,036 officers to guard the exams. Police has made a mandate to police the UNEB examinations, and to this, our teams of criminal investigations crime are prepared. We are deploying slightly above 1,000 police officers and members of the sister security agents, police spokesperson Fred Enanga said. Cocaine found hidden in wheelchair. The suspect says the wheelchair the drugs were found in was given to him by a friend to borrow. Officials at Hong Kong International Airport have uncovered 11 kilograms of suspected cocaine hidden in the cushions of an electric wheelchair. The whole, worth an estimated 1.5 million, was found when a 51-year-old man was going through customs clearance on Saturday. The man, who arrived from Caribbean country of Saint Martin via Paris on Saturday, has been arrested. He could face life imprisonment if found guilty of trafficking a dangerous drug. Fake lawyer who had been winning cases thanks supporters. NP admini. A man accused of practicing law without qualifications has said he is innocent and thanked people who have come out in support of him. On Thursday, Legal Affairs in Kenya urged police to arrest a man practicing under the name Brian Mwenda. They said the man was a masquerader who had stolen the identity of a real lawyer named Brian Mwenda Ntwiga. Local media reported that a fake lawyer had won dozens of lawsuits despite not being trained. Airtel Huawei spearhead digital transformation by distributing 200 smartphones to Kanungu leaders. Airtel Uganda has, together with Huawei, extended the opportunities of the internet to teachers, health workers, social workers, and local leaders in Kanungu district by connecting them with 200 smartphones. The initiative aims to empower these vital community members with smart devices, internet connectivity, transforming the way they serve and impact their communities. The event, held in Kanungu, featured a keynote address from Airtel Uganda's Legal and Regulatory Director, Dennis Kakonge, who emphasized the transformative power of the internet when used for productive activities. The event was honored by the presence of Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, the Minister of ICT and National Guidance, who has played a pivotal role in implementing policy reforms and direction to make connectivity more accessible and affordable. Woman kills husband over 200,000 shillings. Police in Kapchora have arrested a 43-year-old woman for murdering her husband over 200,000 for savings. According to police spokesperson Fred Enanga, Juliet Chelengat killed her husband, Stephen Namawangala, 40, after a domestic brawl at the couple's home. It is alleged that Namawangala stole Chelengati's cash savings and failed to refund it. The cash savings of 200,000 shillings is money that Chelengat had received from Kabat Village Savings Group to pay for school fees for their children. The husband removed the money and used it, Enanga said. He said man later admitted to her wife that he had stolen the money and spent it in 2 days, but that he was planning to refund it. Schools directed on fees defaulters as S4 exams kick off. The Ministry of Education has issued a directive stopping schools from throwing fees defaulters out of the examination room as the Uganda Certificate of Education exams kick off. Addressing journalists on Monday, UNEB spokesperson Jennifer Kalule said the S4 exams kicked off successfully in various centers around the country. She, however, noted that they registered several cases of candidates who had been stopped from doing exams over fees balance. There were several complaints by parents who reported the matter to school after candidates were stopped from sitting exams. Police informed us and got in touch with the Ministry of Education, especially the Director for Basic Education, Ismail Mulindwa, who helped intervene in these cases, Kalule said. In the international news, the Israel-Palestine conflict. Malaysia's Anwar rejects West's pressuring attitude to condemn Hamas. Malaysian Prime Minister says his government will continue to maintain its relationship with the Palestinian group. Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has said his government does not agree with Western pressure to condemn Hamas, where more than 1,400 people, most of them civilians, were killed when Hamas fighters attacked southern Israel by air, land, and sea on October 7, according to Israel's officials. Putin Netanyahu to speak for the first time since war started. Russian President Putin is going to speak with several leaders today, including Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas and Egypt's President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, a Kremlin spokesperson says. These are going to be the first talks between the leaders of Russia and Israel since Hamas attack inside Israel on October 7. Putin has already spoken with Syria's President Bashar al-Assad and Iranian Ebrahim Raisi. In his first remarks on the conflict, Putin last week voiced concern at the catastrophic increase in the number of civilians killed in Israel and the Gaza Strip. He also took aim at the US's policy in the Middle East for having failed to take the needs of Palestinians into account. Catastrophic shortage of medical supplies in Gaza. The UK-based Medical Aid for Palestinians (MAP) group says hospitals in Gaza are facing a catastrophic shortage of medical supplies amid Israel's total blockade. Emergency, trauma, and surgical supplies are rapidly running out at hospitals and health partners' warehouses, with the entry of humanitarian supplies still not possible. Marquez Advocacy and Campaigns Minister in the West Bank, Asil Baidom, told Al Jazeera. There is a shortage of blood, medicine is in short supply. However, Israel politician says aid to Gaza should be conditional. Civil defense staff to continue to serve the people after 6 killed. The funeral of 6 civil defense workers killed in an Israel air raid on Sunday night has been held in Gaza City. These heroic martyrs sacrificed their blood, time, and life to save the lives of their country's citizens. They pushed through the recent Israel aggression and spent day and night in service of the Palestinian people so they can save their lives. A member of the defense team said during the funeral proceedings. He added that the killings would not scare civil defense workers from doing their duty. For these and more news, stay tuned. I remain Nassaazi Gloria. Stay tuned on Infinity Radio. Good evening.
You're listening to the news on Infinity Radio, where we bring you news that inspires, educates, and informs the society. Infinity Radio, your happiness, our pleasure.